My name is Davie. I'm 33. I joined Church of the City July 2020. So I've been a Christian my whole life, and for the last 10 years I've been in sales. And sales has a lot of the time got a bad reputation for being a little bit sleazy, and a lot of the times all my colleagues would go out, drink, party, sleep around, and I would never do that. I'd be the one going back to the hotel room. And they recognized that, and they would ask questions, but a lot of the times I would shy away from it. And for a long time, I kept my work life and my church life separate. So at work, it was only work, and at church, it was just church. And there came a moment where I realized that Christ is not part of me. Christ is not just a part of my life that I can compartmentalize and put him on the shelf while I'm in the office. He is my entire life. And I started to recognize that my coworkers saw me no different than everyone else, who was just good. So my life looked somewhat the same as other people from the outside. But when you look at those actual motivations, it was completely different. The reasoning for me being the way I was different. And every time I went into a new job, in spite of my sincerest efforts, it always ended up me kind of being shy. And there came a moment where I said, I can't. I have to take a stand. I have to, from the very beginning, front and center, say this is who I am. So when I was applying for a new job, I said, you know what? I want to, from the very beginning, be intentional about my faith. So even in the interview, when they talked about, tell me about your background, who are you? I started off by saying, I am a Christian. And I put that right dead center. And while I was negotiating, most people are negotiating salary, they're negotiating vacation days, and I was negotiating prayer room time. Hey, I'm not gonna start at 9, I wanna start at 10 because I have a prayer room across town. I want 3 days a week where I could take 2-hour lunches to go to the prayer room. And I put Christ on display front and center. And what happens is I started to gain so much influence within my organization. So much so that our Slack group now has a prayer request channel where all my coworkers can put in their prayer requests and we can pray. I started to really uncover other Christians, and they started to become vocal. I was able to invite some of my coworkers to Seek Verse, lessons and carols, and really just say, this is who I am, and live a life that's completely unashamed. I think it's somewhat important because right now in the middle of the pandemic, I am working from home. And no matter what I'm doing, my son sees me. My children, both my sons, see me all the time. And I don't want them growing up to see daddy on a business call and then kind of switch to a prayer call or switch to a noon prayer set and then go back to just turning it off. I want them to see that my Christian faith, my relationship with Christ can't just simply be turned off, and that I can take the two and then marry them and then bring Christ into every situation and not have to worry about what I'm saying, not be careful about not mentioning the gospel, be careful about not speaking about what's on my heart, and just having that as an example, knowing that they're watching me, knowing that they're in the other room listening, has been really important for me.